Hey, Bhushan.
Hi Andy, how's it going?
Good. Well, here I am starting my video series, video interviews with my friends all over the world.
Yeah,
I guess in times like these, when we're all kind of, well, supposed to sit at home and work from home and practice social distancing, we're still kind of socializing online. And I keep talking and checking up on my friends all over the world. And I thought, well, might as well actually do this as an interview because a lot of
yeah,
people are actually interested in finding out what's happening in other countries.
right.
And you have such a valuable input all the time. So I thought, might as well just offer you to the public. So, um, yeah, here it is. So Bhushan is an old friend of mine. He is from India, currently living in Sofia in Bulgaria, and he has some fresh insights to tell us about what's happening there. I know there are some cases of coronavirus infections in Bulgaria as well. Not too many, but as far as I know, there's also been like a few deaths because of that. So yeah, tell us, what's the atmosphere like? Are people taking it seriously? Are people panicking?
I think people have started to take this seriously in the last few days. People were taking it a bit lightly in the start, uh, but the imposition of the emergency by the government, along with I think a very good speech by the general, who's at the helm of the affairs, really helped in communicating the seriousness of the threat that we have, and also the importance of the common sense which must prevail amongst all of us to combat this. Because yeah, I mean it's a really it's a contagious virus. It spreads like crazy, but it can also be avoided with really basic preventive measures, which I think people have started to follow. Because after the emergency was imposed, I just made one small trip to a neighboring park for a small walk, just to, not be home all the time, and a small visit to the grocery stores to buy some milk. And I remember while I was walking in the park, people were actually, when you're crossing a small bridge over the canal, the other person would wait till the time you cross the bridge.
Oh, that's
So
actually
that's
very thoughtful, super thoughtful. Yeah.
that is very super thought. First of all, actually, we had super less people in the park in the first place, which is a good thing. And so you don't have those usual sites where, oh, the sun's out, let's take a beer, go to the park and have fun over there. That's completely not there as far as I've seen. So that's really a positive indicator of people taking this thing seriously. And also they are proactively making sure that there is some bit of distance around. I saw personally, I was out there with some gloves when I was shopping my things. So people are doing the best they can in containing the damage. I'm not really sure if we can completely eliminate it, but for sure, with some basic common sense, we can contain it to a large extent. I'm actually very impressed by people in Sofia in general who are standing up to the challenge, quite bravely, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are bars and restaurants and all, are they closed?
Yeah, bars and restaurants. I think I'm pretty sure that they are closed. But this is something that I heard from some people. I'm not I'm not sure entirely what the official order is or the official status is. But yeah, restaurants are proactively, because I follow a few restaurants on Facebook, and they are closed for guests to walk in and have food. But some of them are allowing deliveries or takeaways with some measures. So, for example, again, the rules of social distancing and those kind of basic preventive measures are still there when it comes to takeaways and deliveries. So I think that's what the status is. Yeah, yeah.
Is it tough for you guys? I mean, you and your wife Sonia, you're pretty much like indoors, I assume, all day. Can you still find things in supermarkets? I know there's like an entire hysteria, panic buying of like toilet paper and like rice, and I don't know. Is there such a thing in Bulgaria? Are people panic buying anything, or they're just kind of
Yeah,
calm?
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Especially on the day when the emergency was imposed, there were big queues outside all these famous and huge supermarket chains, and the guards were also allowing only a certain number of people in and out. By the way, that is still being followed. The day when I went to this local small grocery store, there could only be 2 people inside the store at one point, and other people have to wait in a queue, again with a distance of, I think, 1.5, 2 meters, to go in after the previous person comes out.
Mhm.
On the day when the emergency was allowed, there was a super panic. But I don't. But I think that's how the human behavior works under pressure and panic. You really cannot blame anyone, because I would say things are not that difficult for me and my wife. But imagine if we had a small child.
Of course.
Imagine
Right.
if the small child had some special dietary requirements or some special needs, which we, I mean, people take desperate steps when they are in desperate conditions, and for me and for my wife personally, it hasn't been that difficult, because I do most of the cooking and I have my supplies. Um,
Can
but
you still
when it,
find supplies like for Indian food?
you
Can
can
you still
still
find spices?
oh, well, I have enough from India. So
You've
when I moved to
imported your own.
Bulgaria, yeah, when I moved to Bulgaria, I had 30 kgs of rice and spice.
You're set for the next
So
half a year.
I'm sorted till the next, I don't know, for the name of for the whole century, I guess. But yeah, it was a bit disheartening to see, this frustration, anger, and it's a sad state of affairs. I mean, you cannot
Mhm.
joke about it. As you really have to feel for everyone. The supermarkets also have to contain the people coming in because of the whole situation. People, on the other hand, are fearful. That's how the brain works. It's a tough phase. But I would urge anyone who's watching this video to educate themselves from the right sources, from the right channels, that with some basic common sense, we all can fight this. We don't
Yeah.
need to take extreme measures. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. And honestly,
Yeah.
I think this is why I'm doing this, because there's so much information, and there's like on TV, we hear so much, on Facebook, there's so much. And I just thought I want to talk to somebody, to a real person that I know and trust, and see what things are like in that country. And that's why and also I care about how my friends are doing. So that's why I wanted to just do this series. But speaking of, like, what's it like back in India? I mean, I know you haven't been there in a few
Yeah.
months, but
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
it like I mean, can you compare to like the situation in Bulgaria and what you hear from back home?
That's a very good question, Andy. And believe me, I am extremely concerned and worried about my family back home in India. And also for the fact that now, as far as I understand, not only the people from the EU, but um, even I cannot go back to India because there are no flights operate. The flights are not accepting any passengers from the EU to India
Hmm.
for some time. I could be wrong, but I think that's the status right now. So I'm very much concerned. At the same time, I've requested my family to also take some basic precautions. But in general, I think India till now hasn't exploded in terms of number of cases registered, um, like most countries in Europe. As my last count was 190 confirmed cases in a country of 1.3 billion, which is not really, it's not that bad.
Right.
However, what I am very hopeful and I'm very sure is, I'm very proud, in fact, the way my government has, you know, taken charge. They're taking this very seriously, and they should, because I think, like the government, even I understand the potential for damage, because I'm from Mumbai, and Mumbai is a very densely packed city. One person can potentially spread this virus to tens of thousands, like in a day, right?
Right.
So because of being such a populated place and a country in general, we have to take extreme measures. There is a campaign which Prime Minister Modi has launched, which is going to be followed on this Sunday, where no one leaves their homes, and also expresses their solidarity to people who've been fighting this pandemic in India. I think that's a great move by the government. I would say till now everything is good in containing the damage, but I just hope they keep the same momentum. They grow the momentum, not to let the spirit dying away. But yeah, I think India is doing quite well in containing and preventing this for sure, for sure. Yeah,
Let's hope that's the case.
yeah, yeah.
Right. What's just one more question? What's it like
Sure.
for your in-laws? Are you guys able to like convince them to stay inside? In Romania, it's a little bit difficult because our parents and grandparents, they're used to, going to the market on Sunday.
Yeah,
They're used to going to church, and
correct, correct.
people are having a hard time just telling them, no, you can't go to church anymore. Just stay in. And for some people, it's tough. And I know Romania and Bulgaria are quite similar in many ways. So yeah, I'm curious about that, about Sonia's
Uh,
parents.
I don't think I've had a conversation about the churches with them. But if I'll check with if they are regular church goers, and if I'll just probably tell them that if you go to the church on this Sunday, chances are you will see God more early than expected. So, but sorry, that was a bad one.
No, I mean, it's probably pretty convincing. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so yeah, your dream come true, right? So, so no, but I don't think that's the issue with my family, my in-laws over here. However, me and my wife we've decided not to meet them
Mhm.
and not request them not to visit Sofia because um, we had a plan. Next week's my birthday, and we were
No.
planning to invite them over to a new home in Sofia. But now that it's clearly not happening, we cannot take the risk of inviting them from a village which hopefully is not contaminated at all to a city which surely is contaminated. So I think we're just going to keep safe distance. Um, their lifestyle is pretty sorted. Their village is not that populated any which way, and I don't think they have a lot of people visiting from outside of the village any which way. But we have requested both the families to exercise caution and just basic preventive measures. So I think they should be fine. They should be fine. Yeah.
That's probably a lot better
Yeah.
to just avoid meeting up with them at this point. So then,
Yeah.
if it's your birthday next week, happy early birthday. How are you going to celebrate your birthday in isolation? Any plans?
Yeah, I have a plan. I'm just gonna sit on the same terrace. I'm just gonna pop a bottle of Corona beer,
Of course, fitting.
and I'm just gonna nazdrave to. I know, I'm just kidding. I don't know, Andy. To be honest, I don't. I mean, this is going to be one memorable birthday for me. So this is this is going to be yeah, one interesting experience. But honestly, I'm just worried about, and I'm just concerned about what's going on in Bulgaria and India, and especially with the lives of my loved ones.
Of course.
Um, I would, if I were to, on a serious note, if I were to do something on my birthday, I would just maybe make a post on Facebook um, requesting a pledge from everyone to do basic things like washing their hands, social distancing, and persuading 10 other people, as a birthday present for me. I just thought of this idea right now, and actually, it's really a good idea to be implemented. So
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing you can do in the situations. Birthdays come every year. Corona should go away this year. So
Oh, that was a really good one. Yes. I'll have to
yeah,
quote you on that. Oh, that's
yeah,
amazing. Well, thanks a
yeah.
lot, Bhushan. I Go ahead.
So sorry. So if, birthday is on 24th of March, and if anyone sees this video, instead of liking the press button, please pass on the message to 10 other people about the importance of basic preventive measures, and also like the video. It's not that and or. You can do both. But please, if you really like the video, if you want to gift me something, just please persuade people to take care of themselves, and let's win this war as a global family uniting together, right? So let's prove to ourselves that in the hour of the need, the world can be won. It will be won, and at the end of the day, we will win for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. I agree. This
Yeah.
this is really what I guess yeah, again, what I'm trying to do, just bring people together online if
Yeah.
possible, if
That's
nothing
great
else.
work, Andy. That's great. I really commend your efforts, and I think I think that's a great idea to still connect digitally and spread the message. And I wish you all the best for all your series. And I think it's a great contribution from your end as well to arrange this. I was really happy to be a part of it.
As always, you'll always be
Yeah.
part of whatever videos I do. Thanks a lot,
Yep.
Bhushan.
My pleasure.
Stay safe,
Yeah.
take care of your wife, your family, and yeah, talk to you soon.